And action.
Hey there.
What's up, y'all? Come on in.
Yes, come on into the soap lab.
Boom, 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 boom. This is where it goes down. About to make some soap today. And yeah.
Just do our urban eating thing. We're gonna make some body butter and our bar soap and just do what we do in the natural. Just come over here in our soap room and just work. Get to work. Whipping it up. So
we're just trying to prepare for bar soaps. Try to get these out of here. This is how you know you're growing. If you can go through these, this is 400 pounds. We started off with like a, what did we start off with? We start off with like little, we start off with something like this. Like coconut oil this big. So this was palm oil, but this we started off something like this. And then we eventually went to the drum. So this drum will be broken open in a few days. We still gotta go through this one. And we literally have our own shovel. So this shovel is specifically used for this because you got to get down in here. So this is 400 pounds of coconut oil in there. I don't know if you want to see that. We just we go all the way down to the bottom. From one drum, we can make about almost 5,000 bars from one drum. So yeah, that's what we do. So this room ain't the cleanest. I don't know if people will be like, ew, like this room is nasty. Cause oil, we do like drop oil on the ground. We do. It just happens. It just happens. But that's why we need a facility. That's why we're looking for space now.
right now I'm just about to get my sodium hydroxide, and I love y'all, but if y'all don't mind, can y'all like put on mask or step to the side? Cause yeah, sodium hydroxide.
But you gotta pour the water first.
I know that, but I'm about to we about to film, and I'm about to just get all the little stuff together. But I don't want nobody smelling. I don't want nobody.
I'm gonna pull out these oils. I gotta start putting these oils.
Alright. So yeah, these are my little sodium hydroxide lies. And so typically, it's been kind of cold, but when I just pretty much do the live and I just turn on a fan, so I just want to ventilate, get the space ventilated, and then I'm going to just open up like one window. And this also helps the live to cool down. It's like to have a window open. Oils on the floor. So this is some pretty caustic stuff we're doing. Good. We got it all covered up, but the table has like spots and stains from lye getting on it. I'm gonna get a stainless steel table next, but like subconscious about like showing people, but it's not perfect. Like this table that I've had, we got it all covered, paper on there now, so it's really right now we just working with what we got.
I mean, making soap here has been cool, has been fine. It has its limitations because it has carpet in here because we're working from home, we're producing it at the house. We started off at the 1-bedroom apartment in the kitchen, then we went back to my mom's house in the bedroom, like little downstairs. Then we went to another house, we had another room. So this is actually probably the biggest. You said this is the biggest room we've had.
So this is just water?
This is just distilled water. So I start off with just putting the water in there first, and then I'm gonna mix it with lye afterwards. We do about 23 batches at a time. So when I do the ladder today, you can get a little bit of footage of that, right? Straight in the fire cider, because a friend. You taking a shot too, because my friend just told me she had the flu. Like, nah, the flu is not coming over this way. She works at a daycare, so I figured she would get it. It seemed like everybody getting it, so that's why I was like, I'm happy I made that fireside this year. We just been laying low.
Alright, so what's this that you're pouring in here?
This is the sodium hydroxide, so I'm pouring them into it. Then I'm gonna stir them up. So I try to move fast so that it won't start, because it does a whole chemical reaction pretty much once you put it in there, and the lye always has to be added to the water. But it could be pretty chill. Once I stir it up, it's gonna do like a whole little chemical reaction. It's gonna get really, really hot.
In here?
You'll see it's gonna be fumes that's gonna come up once we start mixing it up.
Oh wow.
So it'll be some fumes that'll come up. Man, I have dreams of having a manufacturing facility, and I just found out about, like, I was looking up equipment. They got lye tanks. Like, do you know how easy a lye tank would make my life? You see I'm doing this, how I'm doing this, and this is cool. This is cool, but a lye tank, like, where it's already covered up, we got to take, like, certain precautions to do all of this. Got to have the windows open, the fan on. I got to put on all this, which I would still do all of this gear stuff, but I think a lye tank would just make my life easier, for sure.
So what exactly does a lye tank do?
A lye tank just pretty much does, like, what I'm doing now. All I would have to do is essentially, like, just pour it into the tank. See, I'm doing, like, I would just take my initial amount of water, my initial amount of lye for a big batch, and just put it in there. Okay. But see, we don't have, like, big equipment, so I'm using, like, these buckets. I'm recycling old buckets and using these, and I would much rather use, like, a stainless steel tank that's, like, guaranteed for this. And then you see my table was messed up. Like, a lot of my table being messed up came from just working with this stuff, and it getting, newspapers are important, because, like, just even putting this on the table can eat up the table. Now I can crack my glass.
Stuff is hard as a brick. This is what you gotta do when you starting out, man. Really. Because it's just a part of a journey, man. It hurts my arm a lot. So then I take it. But when people be asking, like, about how I was making soap and all of that kind of stuff, this is what I'm into. I'm into the oils. Coconut oil, palm oil, and shea butter. That's what I'm into. Commodities.
And if you touch it, it's like, it's super hot. So when it's just like mixed in there regularly, it's still cold. And you could touch it too, right quick, if you want to. This is cold, and then this is a mixed one, and that's hot. So that's cold.
Oh, that is
hot. Touch that one. That gets up to 200 degrees. Don't be scared.
Yo.
It's hot.
That's really hot.
Yeah. And so I just stir it just enough to get it dissolved. I used to be scared to have our windows open and stuff. I'm like, somebody gonna think we up in here running a drug laboratory. They're gonna try to steal all our equipment. And then I pretty much just exit the room, let this do its thing for a little bit, because it takes a while for all of this to cool down to the temperature that we want to do. Did you get a little whiff of it?
About 45 to an hour. And then we're going to reheat the oils while we do it. We like that cool. I'll hit this door for you. Yes. Now, coconut oil, palm shade, and
So the flu has been going around like crazy. I just heard my sister in here coughing, so it's my fire cider. So there is horseradish, ginger, turmeric, garlic, onion, jalapeno peppers. Am I missing anything? Peppercorns, rosemary, thyme, apple cider. It all sits in apple cider. So this has been sitting in here for about 4 weeks. I'm about to strain this bad boy and we're gonna take some shots of fire cider. That's what men are here. Woo! I'm about to take a shot of that. Oh, you take your mask off too. And then look at this. I mean, I wouldn't eat it personally because I just think it would be, we could probably eat it maybe.
yes, y'all, we do compost.
And apple cider vinegar is a natural preservative, so all of these things have been up in here preserving.
This is how you create energy, create beautiful stuff that we'll throw into the garden. But as you can see, the garden is out of commission right now with that smell and everything. But yeah. And there goes drums right there. Goes some drums right there from the past that we used this past year. All this drum. I got all these tools back there because you know I was in the landscape. But I don't use it too much. Maybe a little bit, but this is just how we live, man. We just natural living.
Oh shit. You wasting my goodie.
Straining the fire cider. What we did strain on right now, she's pouring it out now. I am not looking forward to drinking this, but who wants the flu?
I'm like not looking forward to the taste, but I'm looking forward to the effects. Like, stay
I don't want no flu.
Woo, that mug is strong. Alright, where's the shot glasses? It's because she's been at school with those kids. Has everybody ate today? Put some on their stomach.
All right.
For some
Yeah,
reason.
man, cause it stink, man.
It does stink. It does stink very bad.
Come on, you making me take a shot of
Fire cider.
fire cider.
This is a flu shot. This is a natural flu shot.
Natural flu shot.
Let's do it. 1, 2,
To
3.
help. Wait, let's take
To
it.
help.
To help.
To hell.
Oh, I'm scared.
Oh, it's not that bad.
Okay, it's not that bad.
It's really not that bad.
It's like pickle juice. I was always so subconscious about like filming our process and stuff just because we're like based out of home. And then I see like, there's a friend of ours or somebody that we know who has another business, and she always talks about how she wants to have like a manufacturing place where she manufactures. And she, you know, she was like, I'm doing stuff out of my house right now. And then she also posted an article of how Carol's daughter, the lady who started Carol's daughter, she started doing her stuff in her kitchen, in her room. And I guess if you're starting a business, like what better place to start than in your home if you have no other choice. But it's just so crazy because I feel like we're like outgrowing this space right now. My stove, some oil probably just spilled down there, so it's always oil on my stove. I gotta turn around and cook on the stove.
Tan, could you imagine having a kid right about now? Like I'm talking like through the stuff that we did the past 2 years.
Like a kid walking around here in this moment.
No. Like this would be.
Because all the groundwork that we've been putting in these first few years, even with the business and, you know, the lie and dealing with all of that type of stuff, like, I think this would have been.
It's a lot.
It's a lot because it is. You gotta be very attentive.
I told you about last year, remember? I did.
The California?
The California trip. That whole process of that trip. It's coming up on a year anniversary too. We actually gonna be doing something special for all of those people that helped us with that. But that whole process, if we would have had a child through that whole endeavor,
I don't know how.
Like, we decided all of that in a matter of a few days. Like, we were sitting around like, we don't have enough time to ship this. And then we were like, well, we're going to need to go to California. Mind you, we don't have no damn money to drive across the country to go to California. We're like, we got to go to California and deliver this. And so we were like, how are we going to get the money to go to California? So Quinn was like, let's do a GoFundMe. You know, everybody always says, let's do a GoFundMe. But it's like, you never, like, act on it.
Yeah.
And we acted on it. Like, right then and there, we made the decision. Oh, that fire is it oil coming down here or something?
It's probably dripping down the side.
Okay.
That's
This
all.
fire keep going up.
Okay.
But so in our whole deliberation, we literally said, okay, we're about to make a video for GoFundMe. We were helping his brother doing a paint job, so we went upstairs, made a video right quick, and you know we had a week. Like, we only had a week to get this stuff there. So I was like, we expect to get the money in a week. We only asked for like $3,000. We didn't really expect to get it. And within 2 days, we got $3,000 to go to California. So it was like so real. Like, we were going to Cali and taking this stuff across. We were driving across country. People put that on their bucket list to drive cross country, and we did it.
How long did it take y'all to drive across country?
36 hours.
And would y'all just swap back and forth? Would y'all stop?
His brother went with
Me, my
us.
brother, and her were driving. We just swapped. I drove through the night all the time.
Okay.
I drove straight through the night.
Yeah, because if it would have been me and him, we would have had to make some stops, but we had his brother as well, so that definitely helped. We just were nonstop. We were nonstop on the way there and nonstop on the way back, because then we had to be back to teach gardening classes at school that next Wednesday. So we were gone for pretty much a week. It was approximately a week as far as if it was 36 hours, so you know, it was like 3 days to get there.
No, that's a day and a half. So we left Wednesday afternoon, like 3 o'clock, and we got there like early Friday morning. Like, I'm talking like 3, 4 a.m. Like Friday morning.
And was there for the weekend.
I was so tired, but when I say I ain't never been that tired in my life.
Never been that tired. We stayed in, I mean, the motel was like pretty nice, but it was like, you know, when you go across country or something, like, you're expecting to stay in like a nice hotel. And it was actually like, it was decent. We were fine with whatever we got. Did we get it at the last minute, or do we already have something planned out?
The hotel we got on the way there?
We got the hotel on the way there, so it was whoever could just accommodate us within these.
Y'all got a package.
Next time I'm coming. Next time.
Yeah, next time you
I
come.
missed out this time.
What's that?
Well, you threw me off with the hair wrap. I said, "Who is this?" Thank you.
Yes. Packages? Yes. Yes.
Oh, that's nice. Thank you.
Let me see that.
Oh.
So yeah, this is some jewelry we got from an artist in Israel. As you can see, we love our necklaces. We love our jewelry. We love it all. I'll add this. I like this chain though.
I really like that chain.
I do like the chain.
So he's based out of Israel, and he like typically
Yeah.
goes and finds these stones,
He's a dope guy.
digs them up, and then we're also supporting our other friend. Her name's Lanita Nash. She's an unschooling mom. When we have kids, we plan on doing like unschooling. It's like self-directed learning to homeschool children. So we got her book to support her. I want to unschool one day, so I'm just preparing. Oh, look, she talks about pregnancy and birth in here, too.
I did not tell you.
Talks about, like, pregnancy and birth, so just even from that aspect.
Taryn, is this that necklace that you just excluded thing or not?
Moved us to the side.
Yeah, but it won't go through that thing.
I moved it to the side a little bit, and then you just pull it out.
There we go.
We're going there.
Gotta record the placing it on.
That's nice with all your other jewelry. At least it's, like, not overbearing or something.
Yeah, that's cool.
Hold
That's
on.
cool.
I think this is in. You want to take a picture?
Make sure I stay camera ready.
Okay, that's cool.
It's nice with your other stuff.
Oh.
Hey, wait, I think yours might be better than mine.
They look the same, but his look like
I guess mine is a little bit better because it's defined.
like it's like.
Like, why do I gotta be better?
No, you didn't. No, you didn't. Alright, I'm done. I'm done.
Wait, that smell tastes kind of good. This used to be goals right here. We were trying to fill up this rack 2 years ago. Like, we were trying to fill this rack up with soap. Like, if we filled this up, we were good.
Craig is the MVP, man. He really did. He helped
He
us
stayed up all night with us.
and helped us make
And
all
helped
of
us
these.
make, we did, with Craig, we did 23 molds.
Yeah,
Because I had, so we ended up making 30, so I had 30 molds all together. So Craig helped us to make 23 of these molds. We went and got them cut at Walmart. So I'm, at Home Depot. Same place. At Home Depot. So these are our other ones here. And then the while we were making our 4,000 bar, we actually had our first workshop here in this very room. We had our first workshop, and we had 7 people come to that workshop. And we made soap actually in the 5-pound. So our first workshop, the people made 5-pound batches of soap. And they got to take home one of our wooden molds. And we knew we couldn't do that like over and over again, but that first one, I think that was like pretty monumental for us to just give away some molds that we had worked on during that 4,000 bar period. So yeah, now that was a catalyst for me because, mind you, before the 4,000 bars, we were only doing 7 batches at a time. 7 batches per soap session. After the 4,000, ever since 4,000, I've been making 23 batches every single time. So we were able to just increase our production from that. I didn't cut these straight, but I mean, I didn't fold them straight, but I went on YouTube and learned how to line these molds since I had a whole bunch of them. And I've been doing it like that ever since.
My role is to just really just help out with everything. I make soap, print orders, repeat orders, prepare orders, things like that. Everything. I do everything.
She does what we say.
I do. Yeah, I do. First of all, I was scared of being told no. Like, you know how like you go up to somebody and you're like, you know, I have this product and somebody's like no or something. I'm like, I'm scared of that. Like, well, I was scared of that, but now it's just like, it is what it is. Like, and a lot of people are into like vegan and, you know, organic things nowadays. So, you know, you just tell them like, oh, we have this all natural vegan soap, and they're like, oh my God, vegan soap, and it looks so like, it looks edible, like you can eat it. And we're like, okay, well, come over here and get it.
My favorite? Boy, that's my favorite.
You already know your favorite.
I was gonna say
My favorite is lemongrass and patchouli. Lemongrass and patchouli is probably one of our most fragrant type of scent. I love that one. And I'm falling in love again with the charcoal. The charcoal is our #1 seller.
It reminds you every time.
But like,
Why it's #1.
and I'm a person, I look at all the data. So I'm looking at all the data, and I'm like, okay, charcoal. We had the 4,000 bar order. We had another person, another subscription box had 800 bar order. But charcoal is our #1 seller. And I used to always be like, why? Like, why is it #1? And then I'd be like, let me grab this soap and get in the shower. And every single time I'm like, I see why this is the #1 seller. Like, it's that peppermint. I really believe that peppermint is probably the #1 essential oil you can put into a soap. It's amazing. It tingles. It gives you that type of feeling, you know what I'm saying? Like that Michael Jackson picture we got, that thing is too funny. I'm gonna let you see that picture. That picture is funny, but that's the thing about it. And because I'm gonna tell you what I thought. I thought that Neem and Chlorella, which is that green soap, I knew for a fact when we first started. I was like, that's gonna be the #1 seller right there. I just knew because it has eucalyptus in it. It's green. Who's ever heard of putting Neem and Chlorella in soap? Like, I was like, oh, that's gonna be #1. But that's just like in business. You never know what your #1 product is gonna be. You know, you never know. You don't know until you test it out, and then you start trying some stuff, and then you let the market decide. Let the market decide. And the market said that charcoal is #1. So people love it on their face. They love the cool body. They just love charcoal. Is on a craze right now. It's trending right now. It's trending very hard, but it's been trending for like the past like 2-3 years. Like.
Somebody asked me what made me do a charcoal soap, and I was like, it's different now when I think about it, but when I do consider like all the ingredients that I put in my soap, like I looked into each ingredient, like what ingredient works really well for skin and charcoal. Before, like every soap maker makes a charcoal bar now, but at that point, like, I've been making, charcoal has been one of my originals since I've been making soap for about over 2 years now, so I'm just like, I don't even know. I didn't know it was going to be like that big. All I knew was that charcoal was the bomb. I found out about charcoal when I had food poisoning, so when I found out that it does the same thing externally, I was like, I'm hopping on it because it helped and saved my life when I had food poisoning. It's no joke, for real. And they use it at the hospitals too when people OD on alcohol. So a lot of people who are in the medical field are always excited, like, oh snap, we use activated charcoal in the hospital. Remind me why it's great soap. It's too small.
Two shots?
Why? Why?
Think you funny.
Gotta get you back.
You think you funny until you smell
Gotta
your
get
own
you
breath.
back.
Until you smell your own breath.
You think you funny until you smell your own breath.
That's why that mask ain't last.
Girl, your mask melted. What you talking about? Your mask started melting.
Okay, you good now.
That's somebody breath. When you talking to them, you can't even finish the conversation. You just gotta, you just gotta be like,
Hey.
like that breath just barking at you, like, dang.
And whose breath are we speaking in regards to?
Quentin. Quentin.
Oh my god.
That breath. Open up that mouth.
Oh my god.
Breathe on the camera.
Y'all gonna have people thinking like, oh, they gonna breath.
That's why she over here all the time.
Shut up.
Trying to use up our peppermint essential oil for her mouth.
Bro, y'all don't even use toothpaste. Get out my face.
We use tooth powder.
No, they don't. No, they don't.
We use tooth powder.
They don't use nothing.
We don't use Crest. We don't use Colgate. It got fluoride in it.
How do you forget to bring your own toothpaste when you come over here? If you really,
Did she just try?
yes, if you really about that life, you would have bought your own toothpaste.
Oh.
That's how you know she don't brush her teeth on a daily.
Y'all don't even have toothbrushes.
When people
Look,
come over here,
they got those toothbrushes that the brush is all like spiraling out, like
that's Quentin.
Where the toothbrush is at?
like the toothbrush look like it's been through it for real, for real. Like this man been using the same brush since middle school. Shoot,
I can't stand when somebody come over your house and they be like, "Do you got any toothbrush?" I'm like, "How could you not have a toothbrush?"
I can see toothpaste, but toothbrush?
How you don't have a toothbrush with you?
That means
when you was
wasn't
packing
even-
your bag.
brushing your teeth wasn't even on your mind. Until the morning time came and you was like, oh snap, I gotta brush my teeth. Now you remember that you forgot your toothpaste.
Well, you know how when you used to stay at your grandma's house or your cousin's house, ain't nobody brush their teeth when they wake up in the morning.
I don't know about you, right? Like, just talking to
Oh
yourself.
my god, no. No, I'm saying like we were young. Kids.
That's boys. That's
No,
not kids.
yeah,
That's
it is boys. Boys hate taking showers when they young. Do they not? One year, you really just trace that too much.
It's okay. Keep pouring it in there.
You know, Quentin always got to make something a
Do
big
he make it
problem.
worse?
Oh my God, you poured a little ounce of essential oil in there too much. Like, bruh, go brush your teeth.
Scary.
God. You gonna have a ball over this.
Oh, shoot.
Y'all are too much.
press your mouth. Talk about somebody.
Anyways. What you say?
I'm gonna make sure I tell your kids
okay.
that we talking.
You gonna be hungry later.
Don't try me. Don't try me.
So on an average day, how much time would you say goes into the soap making process and getting everything ready? Just average.
I mean, if we're making soap, the process of soap takes about, and most of the time Monye's not here, so it'd be me and Terrence. So it takes about 5-6 hours a session because it's mostly preps. You gotta do the lye, let it cool down, melt oils. So that's like half of the time. Then you gotta line the molds up, and then then we get into production. As you see, we go through each batch. So a small batch, so we have to concentrate on each batch that we're doing like that. And then then clean up. Then we gotta clean up. So about 5-6 hours. We don't make product every single day. No, we don't make bar soap every day. So we have, because since bar soap takes 4 to 6 weeks to cure.
Yeah, I was about to say the actual full
three to
process
five.
of it is quite some time because we let it sit in the mold for some time, and then it has to do 4 to 6 weeks of curing. So really, the whole process of like what you see that you are putting in your shower took a couple of weeks to actually get to where it is.
But we made
a lot of challenges that present is when we don't have this, so we can't make this certain amount of soap today. Just like now, we got our vanilla essential oil in today, and we're able to make our coffee soap. But we're still like waiting on kaolin clay so that we can make our coconut soap. So those are really the challenges that come up. Nothing like too major. But like I said, as time goes on, we're just kind of finding that we just need more. Now we need more space. This carpet is just no bueno. It's my little pet peeve, but say like we vacuum the floor, but then there's like soap pieces on the floor again. But I don't want to vacuum every single time. I would rather sweep. So that's one of my challenges. Is like I just wish we had a floor that was like able to be swept after we make our soap session, so that everything is like super clean. So I don't have to vacuum every single time.
Who usually vacuums? Is it like a...
She wants to vacuum. For some reason, you have a fetish about vacuum.
I'm so weird. He'll start to vacuum, and I'll be like, I need to vacuum, just because it warms my heart to like see the mess go. I think it's like a satisfaction when you see like everything being picked up. It's like that.
Making soap here has been cool, has been fine. It has its limitations because it has carpet in here, because we're working from home, we're producing it at the house. We try to be as efficient as we can right now, because if we can basically be as efficient as we can in this room, I know that when we do grow more, we'll be even better and have better systems. We'll have a spot for oils, we'll have a spot for lye. So that's what we're doing right now. Just efficiency, man. Trying to get our systems down pat. But producing soap in here for right now works. People love the soap. The market has soap.
It gets hot. Especially when we're in here with each other all day, it does kind of get like annoying and tiring and things. These are my brothers and sisters, so of course it's gonna be like annoying, and I'm gonna get tired of them. But I mean, it's not bad working in this facility. We're just about to move on to bigger and better things, though. Soon to come, you gotta stay down for the come up, so that's what I'm doing.
Start off at the 1-bedroom apartment in the kitchen. Then we went back to my mom's house in the bedroom and like little downstairs. Then we went to another house. We had another room. So this is actually probably the biggest. We said this is the biggest room we've had so far, and we've quickly outgrown this room. As you can see, like you guys are seeing the clips, like it's tightly packed in here. But we have enough room. We have our tables in here. We basically. Like I said earlier, man, we get aromatherapy benefits all day, every day in this house. Like just making the activated charcoal with the peppermint, eucalyptus, tea tree, vanilla. What else we got? Lemongrass, patchouli. Like all of these essential oils, we get all of the great benefits of just inhaling this stuff all day. And like, it's amazing. I bet if a doctor did a scan on our bodies, they would be like, man, like these guys are like never stressed out or something, because getting all those benefits is just great on your psyche, whatever. But as far as like the lye fumes, I mean, Taryn makes the lye. You know, we have the windows up just so that it can go out there. But that's why we need a bigger facility for proper ventilation, so that we can, you know, have the fumes of lye just going out of here, and just, you know, just growing, man. It's all a part of the growth. You got to grow step by step, you know, step by step, and we'll get there. We'll get there. You know, just one day at a time, I always say.
All right, so winter season is definitely here. So I know we had the talk a little bit about just how you guys are, well, the fire cider in particular, and what that
Fire
does.
cider. So Taryn, we're both Virgos. I'm September 15th, she's September 5th, so we like herbs. I mean, Virgos are earth energies. So Taryn is an herbalist. I always call her herbalist. She's an alchemist. So she's always in the kitchen just concocting something, you know, if it's an infused oil, some type of tincture, you know. So the fire cider is just nothing but all those root vegetables, all of those things that's good for the season: garlic, horseradish, turmeric, onions, you know, things like that. And she combines it with peppercorn and honey, apple cider vinegar, all of those good things. She puts it into a jar, let it sit in there. So that's just one of her little projects that she likes. I think she got that. Where you get that from? Rosemary Gladstar. I think that's one of your good idols. So really, I'm blessed to have a wife that's a herbalist, that's just into herbs, and just, she's a nerd when it comes to that stuff. Like, she's always reading books. I'm always getting on her like, why do you keep buying these books? But it's a good thing that she buys all these books, because we're able to pretty much have our whole medicine cabinet at the house. Since we make our own natural products, make natural products for people, we should have all of our stuff for ourselves. We should have our own medicine. We should have our own toothpaste. We should have our own everything. We don't have to go to no store to buy any of that. It's all one-stop shop, and that's a big shout out to my wife, Taryn.
So
Taryn is a little kid, man, and Manya just kids. They could not wait. And we never get snow down here in Georgia, but I mean, it's fun. It's fun. They always want to throw snow straight in my face, go straight after me. But I mean, it's fun, man. We don't get snow down here in Atlanta, so it's really good that we got some snow. I think the last time we got snow here was maybe last year. But I know a couple years ago we had a big snowstorm. So the snow fight is something that's just refreshing, man. Honestly, getting hit with some snow in your face like that is like refreshing. It's like the activated charcoal. Getting hit with a snowball in the face is like taking a shower with the activated charcoal.
Wait, how does that correlate?
I mean, it's just refreshing, you know what I'm saying? It's just refreshing as hell. Like, getting hit with a snowball in your face, at first it's like, you got that look in your face like, no you didn't. No you didn't just do that. But when that snowball hit that face, it's just like, whoosh. But then when the activated charcoal, you get in the shower with the activated charcoal, it's like, whoosh, like, just refreshing. It's like a spring, you know what I'm saying? Like a hot spring. You go out and jump to some cold water. It's just, oh man, it's just amazing. But it was a fun snow fight. Fun snowball fight.
All right. So, if who has the worst breath?
Who has the worst breath? I mean, of course, Maya has the worst breath. I mean, that stuff smells so bad. But nah, all jokes aside, I mean, I grew up with all dudes, so getting married to Taryn was like my first introduction to like other girls. Like I don't have any sisters or anything like that. So once I got married, now I have sisters now. So Taryn has 2 little sisters, so now they're my sisters. So we just joke all day. We just joking. Nobody's breath really stinks sometimes. But it's all jokes, you know what I'm saying? In this family, you gotta have a little bit of thick skin. Because we joke, you know, we might get on your hairline, we might get on your breath, I mean, we might joke on you, but it's all out of love. It's nothing personal, you know what I'm saying? We just joke. We like to keep the vibes just, you know, just flowing in here, man. So it's all fun and games, man. You know, it's a little bit. I'm only 26, so we like to joke, man. We like to laugh. We like to joke. And Manya right behind you now, just over there laughing. I smell that breath from here, man. It's like, y'all remember on SpongeBob, when SpongeBob breath was thinking, and like he would open his mouth and just, and it just come out. That's kind of how it is. But y'all don't talk to her, man. It's all fun and games, though.
All right, so the last thing is I see y'all have like a little swirl that goes into the soap.
The top.
Yeah, where did that originate from?
I mean, honestly, again, that's all credit to Taryn, man. Taryn is the creator of Urban Eden. When I say she's the creator, she's in charge of product. So I'm in charge of sales, marketing, social media, computer stuff, analytics, data, all of that. That's me. Taryn is all product. Any of these products that you see, you know, when people are like, how you come up with these combinations? That's Taryn. She came up with all of that. She wrote them all down. She's a nerd of herbs. I mean, and actually too, like the Flower of Life, I kind of feel like it's a kind of a play on that, like a little bit on that. If you see the Flower of Life right here, like how they all them swirls and all of the sacred geometry, I feel like she's taken that and put that on top of the soaps and just kind of swirl with it. So that's just a freestyle type of thing. It's just artist. She's an artist. She's creative. And that's what makes our dynamic so good, because she's the creative, and I'm gonna be the person that's gonna market and sell that creative and just kind of shine that. So I kind of, you know, with our social media approach, I kind of put her as the forefront, you know, as the soap maker. You know, this is the person, and then we kind of show our relationship, our dynamic of that. You know what I'm saying? But you know, she is that creative. She is the person that creates all of this, and I let her do that. I let her do her thing. I don't say anything like, nah, I don't think you should do that or whatever. That's all her. You know, this business, all these products is a reflection of her. So y'all getting her.
Okay. And you could sum up the whole day. How would you sum up?
So, you know, today, honestly, just a typical day, man, in our life. This is a lifestyle, man. We talked about it earlier, man. This is a lifestyle. So today we just woke up. We had to go drop an order off early this morning. Making product, making soap is a process, man. We have to make sure that we up on our production. Today was actually like one of the, not even say the first time, but we really been kind of catch up on our production lately, because the holidays were crazy. Actually, the whole fourth quarter of 2017 was crazy. So January has been a month where we're just now trying to catch up, prepare for spring. That's how I look at winter. Winter's the time is when you prepare for the spring, and that's what we're doing right now. We're preparing for a long season ahead of us. We're scaling, we're growing. That's what it's all about. This is the third year of our business, so this year is a really big year for us. Like, we really are looking to do big things. We gotta move. We have like 9 months till we get out of this house. We gotta find us a loft space, a live workspace we're really trying to find, so we can honestly live there and actually have a space dedicated to work in. So yeah, this was just a day of making product. We got an event later that we're going to sell some soap and to do some networking, man. But this is a typical day, man. You really got to see behind the scenes of how we making product, interacting with each other, joking, making product. Social media, we did a lot of lives today. So this is the life, man. This is what we chose this. So if you ever hear me complain, smack me right then and there, stop me and be like, look, you chose this. So this is the life that we chose, and I'm grateful. I say all the time to Taryn, man, like, I love my life. I love it because I chose it. I have my time. It ain't about the money. It ain't about, oh no, making all this money. It's about the time. We have our time. As you can see, we spent all our time around each other, just building and growing with each other, man. So that's what it's all about. Just that, producing for yourself.
Hey, it's a good way to end it.
Yes, sir.
All right, who next?
You just happen to be in the right place at the right time.
All right, so introduce yourself and tell us what is your role in the Herb in Eden experience.
Okay. So my name is Maya Bit. I'm Taryn's sister.
Oh wait, come on, my bad. I'm sorry. I keep doing this.
And you ready?
Yeah.
Okay. My name is Maya Salon. I am Taryn's little sister. My role in Urban Eden is really just to help out. I do a little bit of everything. I make soap, blend the oils, melt the oils, do orders, package orders, everything. I do everything.
Okay. So what is it like working in this facility?
This facility?
This facility.
It's
keep it real.
It's a lot sometimes. Every time I go back home, my mom's always like, you feel like you was at Taryn house, or I know you was at Taryn house. I'm like everybody knows that my clothes smell like it, you know. It's it sticks with me on all my clothes. Every time I pack my clothes, my suitcase, everything smells like Terrence House, which is like the essential oils, mainly peppermint essential oil, because that's like the, yeah. But yeah, that's it. My clothes, everything smells like that.
All right. So now you were coughing earlier and sniffing, like you just blew your nose. So what's your experience with the fire cider? Like, how's that working out for you?
The fire cider, when I took the shot, it was strong. But it did. At the moment, I did feel it like in my chest, as Quentin said, like it was working. I do feel better, even though I am still coughing again. I'm still coughing and sniffling and things like that. But I do feel a lot better than what I was feeling.
And was it good?
No. No, it was not good, but
Okay, so take us into the how did the snow fight start? Who threw the first snowball?
Taryn. No, me.
Taryn was in here with me.
Oh no. Oh, okay. I was talking about like when everybody was out there. Okay, so when me and Quentin were out there, Quentin threw it first. He threw like a small one, and I just had to come back with a bigger one, a bigger and better one. Like I just had to, And then Taryn and them saw us, and they came out there, and then Taryn started it. I was trying to slide down the hill, but Taryn wanted to play, so she threw it at me first, and then that's how it started with everybody.
Okay, now word on the street is that the reason why these windows are fogged up because your breath is hot.
Oh
so,
no, Quentin!
Who's the?
No, you did not violate me.
So what's the deal with that? Like whose breath is fogging the windows?
Quentin is the one. Quentin's breath. Every time we in the car, we're in the room, we're in the house. Quentin could be in his bedroom with his door closed, and I'm out in the living room and I still smell the breath. I'm like, Quentin, okay, look. You know when Quentin is talking, basically. Like, you know when something is said out of Quentin's mouth because the smell is just, like, horrendous. Like, it's just, like, I don't know. It's just horrible. And he always talks about everybody else's breath, but his is, like, the worst. And I always get on Quentin's breath. I've been talking about Quentin's breath for the longest. And it's true. It's true. Look at him. Over there blowing his breath right now. Quentin, the camera on you. Blowing your breath.
Yeah, my breath smells amazing. I just ate some hummus though.
No. Nah. See, you gotta back up because it's horrible. It's horrible.
Now earlier we were talking about the swirls and the swirls in it, and you said that you was the one that came up with it.
Yeah.
All right, now Quentin Taryn said that it's her thing, so like this is your time. Like how'd that come about?
Okay, Taryn did start the swirls, but the one that she was talking about in particular, like the little like the infinity one, I swear that was something that I came up with, and she was like, "Oh, I like that," and then they copied it. I did that.
So really, what you're saying is that every bar that has the infinity swirl, they should really like credit your name on the back of it.
Yeah, like my name should be on the back, like swirls credits to my name. Like I need credit for that.
Okay. Cool. So if you could just sum up the whole day, how would you just sum it up?
It was actually fun. I actually had fun recording. I had fun making the soap, joking. The fight, the snowball fight, the shots. It was actually pretty fun. I actually enjoyed my day today with Antonita, as I always do. Every time we're together, we always have fun with each other. We always do make the snow making, fun and memorable for everybody. I always have fun. Pretty cool.
Any last word?
No. But thank you for watching, and bye.
All right. So, introduce yourself, and well, you guys people already know you, but so we'll just start with the. So, okay. what is your experience like in this facility, in this room? Like, what is your experience? You know, what's the day-to-day like? What?
My experience, like, I like that I can wake up in the morning and just like walk over here to this side of the house and make soap and do all my product things that I need to do. But we are desperately looking for a new facility just because I feel like I've like outgrown the space. And also it's just like frustrating to me sometimes because like I'm always making product, like dealing with oils, making body butters, making liquid soap and bar soap, and then like I'm using my kitchen space that I like use to turn around and cook in. So I just want more of like I'm really to that point where I'm just like looking for a facility, looking for like live workspace. But I mean, I do love that we've been here for a little bit over a year, like a year and a couple months in our house, and using this space, this soap room space. I mean, it's been good because I've always dedicated a room to making soap in general. So this has been like the biggest space that I've had, and it definitely you know, helps us do the job. And we're just working with what we have for right now. But like I said, I'm desperately looking for somewhere else to go and just kind of be more organized with my space. I feel like I'm like not that organized, but I would love my space to be more organized, and I feel like I need like space and a new feng shui to do that.
Okay. So let's talk about the fumes. Like, what's that like? The fumes, the good, the bad, ugly.
The fumes are interesting. To make bar soap, we use sodium hydroxide, and to make liquid soap, we use potassium hydroxide. And they're both caustic sodas, but they kind of do a little bit different things. And so with the sodium hydroxide, it's just been quite the experience. You know, at my in-laws, I was making soap one time, and I got the sodium hydroxide on their dining room wood table, and it like ate through the wood a little bit. So it's just been definitely like a learning experience. I've gotten the fumes in my nose, and it's very harsh, hurts. So it's just been an experience where I just learned certain things not to do. Like, I always have my mask on, just because I feel like sometimes I think it's easy to be unconscious of the fact that the fumes are like in the room, and just because it might not be affecting me or I might not be feeling that thing, that I think that the coast is clear, and that's like not always the case. Clearly it's a fume, so it's something that you can't always see in the air. So I just try to take the proper precautions with wearing my mask, and just breathing that stuff in is like, it's really sharp when you breathe it in. So you're like, I don't want to feel that again. Like, I don't want to go through that again. So you just take the proper precautions. And then I'm still learning with the potassium hydroxide, because the potassium hydroxide, it'll like, just the whiff of it just kind of like catches me, and I could have on my mask and stuff, and sometimes I just still get like a whiff of it, and it just can be strong. But it's so crazy because with the sodium hydroxide, I make it, and then I wait for like an hour or two before I go back and deal with it. But with the potassium hydroxide, like, as soon as I mix the potassium hydroxide, I'm putting it right into the oil. So it's like I'm working with it as soon as I'm done with it. I don't wait for it to cool down or anything like that. But just that initial, like, when it hits you. But the essential oils are good too. For the most part, every time people walk into our house, they're like, oh, it smells like essential oils. People always think that I smell like soap and essential oils. And it has its good and its bad, because sometimes it can be like overwhelming. I know Quentin like has his like sinuses. Sometimes like peppermint will just have you sniffing. But I mean, it is really cool to just always have like just that natural scent of essential oils throughout your house. So it's good and bad.
Speaking of sniffles, you made the fire cider today. How is what's that? I don't know. I'm trying to figure out how to ask the question. What is that? Tell us a little bit more about the fire cider.
Where I got it from.
Yeah.
Okay, so a couple of years ago, I think it was like 2 years ago at this point, or maybe last year. I feel like it was 2 years ago. We went to a herbal synergy conference, and really we were more so going with friends, and just got invited to like volunteer there so that we could go to the conference. And like I was down to volunteer and everything, because I love herbs. Like, I'm all about herbs, and it was so crazy because I don't think I really knew what to expect out of the conference. But when we went there, we stayed on a place called The Farm in Tennessee, in Summertown or Somerville, Tennessee. And it was like these hippies from back in the 70s, like they were some real true 70s hippies. Went and got some land in Tennessee, and then they started The Farm. They ran businesses. Their biggest business down there is their birth center that they do, so that a lot of them became midwives. But we went down there, and some of the speakers that they were having were like Rosemary Gladstar, and I was tripping because I'm like, no, not Rosemary Gladstar. Like when you look up herb books, this is the author that comes up. Like every herbalist references her. So I was like, nah, Rosemary Gladstar, this is a joke. But no, Rosemary Gladstar was there. There was another lady there, I can't remember her. Rosemary Gladstar was just my everything. So just meeting her was interesting. And so they gave talks on how to make tinctures, how to make salves, just all things herbal that I love to do. They even showed us how to distill essential oils, which was really, really interesting. But one of the things that really caught my eye was the fire cider. When she gave the talk about the fire cider and just how you make it, let it sit for about 4 weeks, and you take a shot of it a day, and that it helps the immune system, and that they've been doing it for thousands of years. Like this is like a herbal staple. And she even was telling me the story about how somebody tried to trademark the name fire cider, but they couldn't do that because it's a recipe. And you can make different variations, because essentially you put like a bunch of spicy herbal, I don't even know what to call them, vegetable. They're like vegetables. I don't know what you call like ginger and garlic and turmeric roots. So like herbal roots that you can infuse into apple cider. And so 2 years ago, I was just like, I know I want to make fire cider, and I never got around to making it. And finally this year I was reading, I bought a book called The Apple Cider Vinegar Cure, and in the book they were telling how to make fire cider. I was like, I'm going to make fire cider this year. It's going to be this year. And so I got around to making fire cider. I put horseradish, garlic, turmeric, ginger, lemon, honey, oranges, jalapeno peppers. I don't know if I said onion, but I put that. It was just a lot of like very potent things. And I knew, because you could put garlic in your sock. You could put it like on your chest if you're dealing with a cold. Potatoes, you can do the same thing with that. You can do the same thing with onions as well, and they literally draw toxins out of your body. So I already knew that these are some powerful healers. Turmeric is extremely healing if you drink it daily. So I was excited to put these into fire cider, and then on top of that I make my own apple cider vinegar. Well, I've gotten into making my own apple cider vinegar because of that book. So I really wanted to make the fire cider with that. So I got around to making it, and it's so crazy because this year the flu is going around and people are dying from the flu, and the flu epidemic, I guess, is just a little bit more than usual. So I was like, man, that fire cider is right on time, and we took our shots. Terrence even got to take a shot, so we try to make sure that everybody gets a shot of health around here. But I'm so happy that I got around to making it. Herbs literally excite me. Making concoctions excites me.
Super cool. So, what is your job role? What part did you play in the urban eating experience?
Well, I am the big boss. No, okay, well, the role that I play in urban eating is I make the soap. Like, that's how urban eating began. Urban eating began with me looking for a craft to do, and soap making was that craft that I took on, and I really liked it. I liked that people were really interested in it, and I love the idea of just being able to make a bar of soap and put essential oils, put herbs into it, put natural oils into it, and that you wash that with your body every day. And our skin, as I learned more so about skincare, I learned that our skin literally absorbs, it eats what we put on it. So it's so important. So the things that we put into our soap are really, really important. And we love to use these commercial urban. You didn't come up with urban eating, the name. You came up with half of the name, pretty much, and you helped. And so my sister, she helped. That's what I love about having them around. You know how people give you ideas to do certain things. So she helped with the idea. I ain't gonna give her full credit though for the Infinity Swirls, because I perfected them. She kind of showed them to me, but I perfected them though.
Okay, so if you could sum up the entire day, how would you sum it up?
No, the day has been great though. It's always good energy, like when my sister comes around bringing that youthful vibe, We had cameras here, which I've always wanted to. I was like always, like I said, nervous just because of our space, our small space. But we are handmade, and I love that we are actually like documenting our beginnings. This is, even though we're a little over 2 years into the business, it's still a beginning for us, and this is where we're starting. So it's just been it's been a great day. A lot has been going on today. I've been up since early this morning, and we have an event later on tonight, so it seems like it's gonna be a long day. And I just do what I do, make products. Sometimes I just find myself like unconsciously just moving, making product, cleaning the bathroom, cleaning up the kitchen. I don't clean that much, but you know, I do find myself like cooking, cleaning, and still just doing what I do on a regular as far as making soap. And at the end of the day, I feel like I deserve my rest that I'm about to get. So I put in a lot of energy for the day. Yeah.
All right, perfect. And I do want to do.
This is our banner as well, Urban Eden. You guys can visit our online store at www.urbaneden.com. Please be sure to like and subscribe to us on YouTube. Also, you guys can add us on Facebook and Instagram at Urban Eden. We got a Twitter too, but we gotta work on getting on Twitter more so. But we definitely have a Twitter as well. But Urban Eden, 100% natural.
Oh, okay, so perfect. So let's do that last part. And
I was all like, here's the banner.
yeah.
Say like, subscribe, comment.
Yeah, I was like, here's the banner. I think I ain't know where to go from this.
Yeah, subscribe to the channel.
Or you can take that part out.
Yeah, I'm thinking we can do it like a real like banners right there.
Oh, and I'm just like.
Or, you know, it was kind of cool when you were walking with the banner here. So if you could walk maybe from the pot to maybe a little further.
Oh, like walk up?
Yeah, just walk up very slow and say, hey, I want to thank you guys for watching. And both of y'all can be in the shot.
You can get her if you want to.
Okay, and then, you know, thank you for watching. Follow us on Documentary. Visit Urban Eden for more. Like, subscribe. You know, I know I said that totally wrong, but
no, it's cool because it's helping me.
You run it through it.
So, hold on. Hey guys, thanks for watching our documentary. Or thanks guys. Hey guys, thanks for tuning into our documentary and just watching us.
Yeah, and so for more videos.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like for more videos.
For more videos, like and subscribe to us on YouTube and also add us on Facebook. Okay.
And just set out all the channels.
I'm pretty sure we'll be all talking
Do the best you can.
You ready?
You just record.
And action.
Thank you guys for watching our journey as we document. For more videos, like and subscribe to our YouTube channel and also add us on Facebook and also on Instagram at Urban Eden.